What is going on? Back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at these standings once again. Over the past week, a decent amount has changed. A couple more teams have gone on some winning streaks and a couple more teams have gone on some losing streaks. So let's take a look at it right now. We're going to start with this American League. We're just going to take a look at the 6 teams. Nothing really has changed here, to be honest. The only thing that has really changed is the teams have gone up and down, really. The Tigers and the Yankees are on a winning streak. Everyone else is on a losing streak in this top 6. So definitely getting a little bit tighter and a little bit closer in the field, especially when you're looking at the AL West between the Astros and the Mariners. It's only a game there, so it's definitely a close race. And obviously with both of them on like a 5-game losing streak, really no one's really going to take it, I guess. Yankees and Red Sox are still in that wild card fight, still around kind of the same record. And then once again, the Blue Jays and Tigers basically running away with the first 2 seeds at this point. So it definitely looks like the Tigers and the Blue Jays are probably going to get that bye. And then we'll see if Seattle or the Astros get that 3rd seed. The Yankees and Red Sox will probably be in the rest of it, if I had to guess. While we are seeing something similar, let's take a look at the teams on the outside. We have a lot of teams going on winning streaks. The Royals, once again, have come out of nowhere. I think they just lost their last game, but they were on like a 5 or 4 game winning streak, so they also are back in this fight now, apparently, for this wild card. I'm telling you, you go on like 1 or 2 streaks and you're literally back in it. Like, you're just back in it because you're only a couple games out. Pretty crazy to see at this point that the Royals, Guardians, and Rangers are all 5 games close, so they're still got 5-game gaps that are still likely to make it. Yeah, I think the Rangers and Guardians kind of choked a lot. They're 3-7 in their last 10, did not have a good week, so they definitely choked a lot over the last week. But the Royals have come out of nowhere, so we'll see what happens with the Royals. Basically, it's like 3 games out, so we'll see if they can make that up. It's a lot of ground to cover, especially because we're slowly getting down to like 30 games left of the season, so yeah, it's going to be hard to try to make those gaps up. Yeah, Royals coming out of nowhere in the American League, which is pretty exciting to see. Cleveland and the Rangers kind of falling off a little bit. And then the top 6 has been pretty much the same the last 2-3 weeks. So nothing crazy in the American League going on, but shout out to the Royals for going on a little bit of a streak. So moving over to the National League now, once again, the top 6 teams really haven't changed much. The only thing I think that's changed is the Dodgers and Padres. They obviously played a crucial series, and the Dodgers ended up winning that one, so they are in first place now. The Padres are only 1 game back, though, so they're still right there, still kicking it. And the West race in both of the leagues are going to come down to like the last days of the season. It's safe to say that the Central and the East are pretty much confirmed at this point. I don't think the Cubs are really going to catch the Brewers, except they did just sweep them. Yeah, they actually did do that. The Brewers were on like a 13-14 game winning streak, and they got swept by the Cubs as their first losses. So pretty interesting. The Cubs are back in form. I don't think they're going to catch the Brewers, to be honest, but I still think the Brewers will have that number 1 seed. The Phillies will probably have number 2 or number 3 because I think they're going to win that East. And we'll see what happens with the West. Obviously, I think the Mets are pretty much out of winning that division at this point. I think you're mainly fighting for a wild card spot just because the Reds are still 1 game out. They've been playing really good baseball. I mean, this team has been consistent. They've been consistently winning as well. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Just haven't been able to get a lot of consistent sweeps and things like that, but they're still winning a lot of series. So the Reds are once again right back in this. I mean, the Reds have played 2 more games than the Mets, and they're both sitting pretty much on the same record. So it's definitely possible that the Reds could pass the Mets soon, which would be kind of crazy to see, I'm not gonna lie. And then everyone else in the NL is basically out of it. Like we said again, none of these teams are really gonna do much. Yeah, so the NL is pretty stable as it is. It's really just the 7 teams again. The AL is like wide open, I feel like, with the outsiders. You see the Rangers, Guardians, Royals, probably the only teams that got a shot in there. I definitely think it could stay the same with the top 6 though. I just feel like these teams are just significantly better. I mean, the Red Sox and Mariners are on losing streaks right now, but you imagine they're going to bounce back. But I just kind of think they're better overall teams than some of the teams on the outside, at least in my opinion. Yeah, not a lot has changed over this past week. I got to be honest, with the whole Players Weekend happening, then the midweek series happening, really not as much has changed. With that being said, do you guys think any changes are going to happen in both of these leagues? Do you think the 6 teams that are in now are going to be in by the end of the season? Because it's definitely a very interesting topic. I think if we see the Royals keep winning and we see the Astros and Seattle keep losing, I mean, there's definitely going to be that divisional battle for that 3rd seed. And maybe the Royals could sneak in as the 6th wildcard seed, and then whoever wins the division would be in. We've seen kind of something like that before in the past. Definitely be interesting to see if that happens this year, but you never know what could happen. We'll see if the Guardians and Rangers can start winning some more series and bounce back or go on a crazy winning streak. And then we'll see what happens with the Reds and the Mets battle, because I think that's going to be a very interesting one to watch all the way through the end of the season. And then same with the NL West battle. We'll see what happens with those 2 teams as time moves on. A lot of battles to watch, a lot of positions to watch, so it's definitely going to be an interesting end to the season. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video on the MLB update. Not much has changed, to be honest, since we talked last, really, except for the Royals. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.